Kia ora, it's Ruth here and welcome to my backyard in Christchurch. It's the morning, it's spitting a little bit, but what I thought I'd do is I'd give you a quick little show of how I break a clucky chicken. So what I have is I've got one of my girls who is clucky at the moment. Being clucky means that she's sitting on eggs, but we don't have any fertile eggs, so she's not going to be able to hatch them. And the fact we've got red shavers aren't very good mums. So from what I've heard, I've seen some other red shavers, is they might sit on them for maybe a week or two, maybe not quite long enough for the eggs to hatch. So you've got these eggs that are nearly ready to hatch and then the mums just abandon them and then you don't get your chicks anyway. So what we want to do is we want to break her. We want her to stop being clucky, because while she is clucky, one, she's hogging the nest, but two and three, she won't be drinking and eating as much. It is slightly spinning, so not as big a deal with the heat at the moment, but it is summer. For these really crazy hot days, it's not good for having a chicken not drinking and not eating. So hopefully we'll be able to get her to stop being clucky so she can just be back to enjoying herself wandering around. So what I'll do is I'll just take you into the chicken coop and show what she looks like, so you know what to look for if you've got a clucky chicken, and then show what you're doing. Now, number one, the first thing for clucky chicken, before you go into the coop, always put your gumboots on. That's one thing I definitely learnt the hard way, just going for a quick check in there thinking, it'll be fine. When you stand on one of those little chicken presents and they're fresh, not nice. So number one, get your gumboots on and let's go have a look at her. Okay, in we go. How many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, so no one is trying to lay at the moment, but let's see if we've got a clucky girl still. Definitely. You see how she's kind of puffed up there? This is how you know that she's clucky and she's not just laying. So I'm not just being really rude and disturbing someone who's trying to have peace and quiet laying her egg. She is all puffed up, puffing up more, which means she's still clucky. We're really lucky that she's not all aggressive. Some chickens will get really aggressive when they are clucky. She luckily is not. So, out she's gonna come with me. Sorry. Now I need 2 hands for this. I'll see you back at the bucket. So now I'm here again with little Miss Clucky. She knows what's about to happen to her, so she's not going to be very happy soon. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dunking her in this bucket of water. What that does is cools her underbelly, because her underbelly gets really nice and warm with the idea to incubate the eggs. And so cooling it down helps to stop the cluckiness. And then what I'll do is I'll do it now, and then I might do it another hour or two, and just kind of keep cooling her down while she's walking around. So when I do it, she doesn't get very happy. She's okay. And then I just move the feathers around underneath so that the water gets everywhere. If I just straight dunk her in, the feathers are pretty good at insulating, because that's what feathers do, but doing this means she gets the water everywhere, and I'll just keep her in here until she really gets enough. Shows me that she's had enough, which she definitely does. She'll pop out at some point. And then what my plan is just to let her free range on this side of the fence. I did this yesterday as well and it worked well. If I leave her back in the chicken coop, she'll just find a place that she's comfortable with and sit down. Even if I block off the nesting boxes, I've done that before, and she'll just sit outside the nesting boxes. So when she's out in the garden, there's a lot more for her to do. Having only one chicken let loose means I don't really need to cover this garden area. Normally I let them just out on the grass, but with one it means she's not going to decimate everything too much, which is good. And then hopefully with all this interaction, all this kind of different things that she can look at, it'll help break her cluckiness. And what I have here, she's actually doing quite well, so I'll keep her a bit longer, is a slicker pad, an ice pack, whatever you want to call it. I'm at home all day today, which means I can just leave her walking around outside, and I can do this a couple of times. If I wasn't going to be home, I would leave her in the coop with the rest of the girls, because they're in there while we're at work and they're only free range while we're at home. But what I would do is put these slicker pads in the nesting boxes with something on top, because then when she does go try and sit in there, which is her preferred place to sit, it keeps her cool, she isn't able to heat up as much, and that also helps break her cluckiness. She's doing really well in the water today. I might let her out. So now that she has got all her underbelly nice and cool, she can come out. There you go. And just have a bit of a wander around. We'll see how she goes today. This is day 2 of letting her out and about and around, so hopefully day 2 will be the day that she stops. It is a cooler day, which is probably nice as well, not as appealing to sit down and just hang out. So we'll see how she goes. Hopefully she doesn't decimate the garden too much. So that's just how I do a clucky chicken. There are so many different ways. She has been clucky for just over a week now because we're away on holiday. The faster you break a clucky chicken, the faster they stop being clucky, because it has been a while. It's going to take a little bit longer potentially to break her. Another thing which I've had to do once with a chicken before is get a mesh crate, like a dog crate that has no bottom of it, just a mesh bottom, raise it up off the ground and leave them in that for a day with some food and water, of course. And that again means when she does sit down she can't warm up her underbelly, but I do like the idea of just letting her wander around the garden a little bit more. So fingers crossed, we'll see how we go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Ka kite.